Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Last week I introduced you to this Amazon tube bender, and today I'm going to show you everything I've learned about using it over the last 6 months. So let's get over here and get into this. There's been a lot of you that have been wanting dimensions on all of the pins and the frame and the drive link, and let's just go ahead and get all of the dimensions out of the way right now. So the top and bottom frame links, it's this piece right here. It's about 5/8 of an inch thick. I actually got a micrometer. So this caliper says that the top frame link is 613 thousandths of an inch thick. The drive link, there's these two drive links, the ones that actually the ram mounts to and bends 458 thousandths of an inch. So we got the main pin, we got the big center pin, the drive pin, 977 thousandths of an inch. So 977 thousandths of an inch thick. The drive pins actually has bronze bushings pressed in, and it's a tight fit. It's in there. The follower, all of the follower pins, all these pins are all the same. So these all measure 864 thousandths of an inch thick. And like I said, these are all the same. The keeper, yeah, they're all the same. So that's some of the dimensions of the machine. Let's look at the overall, because this one right here, this may matter to you guys. So it's on Swag. I ordered the bracket that accepts the hydraulic mount. I ordered this one for the Woodward fab. I'll put a link to the Swag Off-Road hydraulic clamp that I bought with this. But in case you guys want to give them a call, it's right at 4 inches, literally at 4 inches. And we can get an accurate measurement of that just to be 100%. So that's basically a 4-inch spread on here. So that's 4 there. You might want this number. Let me pull this die out and I'll give you this and put the pin away. So we're 2 inches, 545 thousandths. 2 and 545 thousandths of an inch. This center pin is for the die. Like I said, this is a Woodward fab die, so that's what I got to work with this. And you can see the bronze bushings, the inserts.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me.
Alright guys, that's enough talking about it. Let's bend some tube. So I stopped off at work on the way home and got a piece of, a whole stick of ERW. It's 120 wall, 1.75 inch welded seam. I didn't want to buy a whole stick of DOM. I don't need any more right now. I have all the 188 wall I need, and I don't need any more 120. So I just bought a stick of ERW. It's like half the price. It's less than half the price. Well, that's about half the price. So let's go ahead and get this chucked up in here and bend some sample bends for you guys. So I got a 4-inch mark and then 1-inch marks every inch past that. So let's get this chucked up in here and show you how this thing bends. So I got this 4-inch mark, and then you can see 1-inch marks all the way down. So let's go ahead and, I like to stop right at the beginning part of this die holder, the keeper. All right, so the first step after getting your tube in and at the mark is to get this slack out. You'll see that there's a little bit of slack. We need to extend the ram until the follower, right there, that slack is out. So that's 0. So then once I have the slack out of the bender, then I can 0 this gauge. And now we just bend our degree. Okay, so after you get to about 40 degrees or just a degree or two past 40 degrees, I like to reposition to the next hole in the die. So, because we can't go a whole lot further with this ram. I could, but there's no point because I couldn't reach the third hole inside the die. So 40 degrees, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and crack the valve a little bit back just to release the pressure, give it a little bump. Or 2, a little more pressure, there it is. Pull the pin out of the die, that way we can release the valve and close the close the ram back down, and then we'll catch the next hole in the die. Make sure that seats all the way down. There's a shoulder in that die, make sure that seats all the way down. Lock your valve back down and you're ready for the next 40 more degrees. So go ahead and go back to town. Okay, there's 90. So let's talk about spring back right now. Okay, spring back is the amount of degrees that the strength of the tube pushes back when you get to a certain degree. So with 1 3/4 120 wall DOM, I was getting about 3 degrees of spring back. Since this is ERW, it's not as strong. I don't know the degrees of spring back, so we're going to find out together. So you can see that we're clearly stopped right at 90 degrees. The tension is still on the die. I'm going to release the lever right now. So let me give it a bump because now there's slack. Let me give it a bump till I get the follower to have no more slack. Right there. So that's all the slack. I took a little bit too much slack out. The spring pulled it back. So we've got 2 degrees of spring back. So that means I need to go to 92 degrees to spring back to 90. So we'll go to 92. There's 90, 91, 92, right there's 92. The compressor's off for the video. So now we should get 2 degrees of spring back right there. And there's a little bit of slack again. But yeah, that's it, 90 degrees right there. So now we'll pull this out of the bender. Okay, we'll give it a little bit of a bump. Grab some reel tube, some DOM. It's in there a little bit tight. There she is. Stuck on that follower a little bit. So we should pull this, loosen that, and should be able to get this out relatively easy. Right there. And that's a 90-degree bend. Alright, so, I got the grease all over it. You got to oil the follower back there. So I'll wipe this off. So this has the 1-inch marks on it, the starter, so that you can figure out how it works with your layout. Where are you at? I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's a very important mark. I use that mark at the edge of the die. This little follower piece right here, the tube clamp, I do that mark to the edge of that. It's the easiest for me to lay it out. So make a few of these, get used to the spring back you get, and wipe this off, and then you got all these marks so that you can use those for layout. Make a 45, a 60, or a 90, whatever you think you're going to bend in the chassis or whatever you're making. Bend a few test pieces so that you can help mock up whatever you're fabricating. All right, guys, that's a good looking 90. So it's almost family time. I get off work earlier than the rest of the family, but everyone's going to start rolling in, getting home. And next week, I'm going to show you guys how to bend 3-dimensional tubes with a plane of angle of plane brackets and clamps to show you if you need like an angle on a kick out for something. So we're going to do a quick next week, a 3-dimensional tube bending. So where to use your angle finders and plane of angle clamps. So I'll see you guys next week. Appreciate it.